effectively.
Armendariz is the leadoff batter. He's struck out and singled so far this afternoon. And as McWhirter shows a pretty good move to first there.
That was a quick move over there. You better be diving back in over at first base, Mr. Burdett, or you could get yourself wrung out.
Len Flores on deck. Ray Cervantes after that. And another little piece of the ball is caught by Armendariz there. They're not doing much with McWhirter. 3 ground balls to the infield. Got the Mariners out of the third. Here in the fourth, a walk to Burdett. McWhirter didn't look anything like his third inning self. And now settling down against Armendariz.
Got him picked.
They got him. Boy, he just never got anywhere near back to the bag. Just kind of no traction, went straight down. Easy tag for Jay Eppenbach.
He had him hung out to dry. There was definitely a stolen base or some type of a hit and run on, because Burdett was on the move, but he just broke a little bit too soon.
Now it's the second pickoff we've seen in this game. One against the Mariners, now one against the Condors.
Yeah, you can go seasons without seeing more than one for the entire season. And here we got some pretty good pitchers that have definitely worked on their moves.
So 1-2 pitch, 1 out here in the fourth. Espinosa tried to squeeze that one back into the strike zone. Zeal wants no part of it. It's a ball, 2-2.
Not likely you're going to really fool a veteran umpire. You're taught to frame it and squeeze it back in the strike zone, but the veterans are wise to the tricks. If it's a veteran pitcher and a veteran catcher, they might concede to you, but not likely.
And the count is full. McWhirter rocks, delivers, and that's going to be a strike called, but they're going to have a hard time getting him and won't.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So Armendariz, like you said, he has the wheels. There was no doubt that once Espinosa had to run to get the ball, that Armendariz would get down there.
Espinosa almost looked like he was, I don't want to say asleep, because it's kind of hard to get asleep behind home plate. Everything's happening to you, but he just didn't react as that ball was sliding across home plate, and more of a slider-like of an action, so he just really didn't get a chance to get his glove squared around and around the ball, and it just popped right on out.
Flores is the batter. The throw goes to first and drives Armendariz back. That doesn't happen very often. Tell me again how you score that.
It's a strikeout in the books. I mean, McWhirter is going to get a strikeout.
Another throw to first.
And on something like that, since it was a called strike, it's a pass ball to the catcher, because it's something that he should have been able to handle.
Ground ball at second. Mendez gets the one at second. Back to first. A nifty double play. Turned by Mendez, Penner, and Eppenbach. The Condors were erased in the fourth. Nothing across. We've played 3.5, and North Monterey County leads the Mariners by a score of 5-2. Well, this is the way they used to keep the tallies here at the Aptos High School Baseball Park, kind of like the old UNIVAC. And here we go with the new scoreboard. Quite a difference here. They've really polished this place up.
His place has taken shape that the old people that used to come here when this high school first opened in the late 60s wouldn't even believe. Over by the third base, yeah, we've got a brand new scoreboard.
That's what we are, the Baker Hut, they call this place. In honor of the gentleman who did so much to build it. That's where we're perched there in the big picture window behind home plate, bringing you this game on the Santa Cruz Channel. Feature of a service of, and Conley with Kurt Edwards here, and our director this afternoon, Jeffrey Charon. John Hicks is the third base cameraman. Rusty Reed down at first. Chuck Salzman is our technical director, and Martha Krauser, the center field camera person.
Quite a good team we've got going out there today, and we've got two good teams that are working on a pretty good ball game.
One up, one down here, as Eppenbach leads off with a ground ball for the Mariners, and Mr. Keseley kind of in control of this baseball game, although appears to be worse than it is. It's only a 5-2 baseball game. It's just, I guess, the way the Condors did it with two
big bombs.
Two big bombs. This is Jeff Simpson.
Jeff's been the honorary person of standing out in the left field and watching the bombs disappear way over his head.
He was scheduled to pitch, was he not? And then we had that last-minute change,
which made your book look really nice.
Yeah, it explained some of our malfeasance here this afternoon. We had one set of book work all set up to go, and then a lot of changes were made just before game time, and we apologize for any discrepancy in there. We sure you all know your own kids and stuff, but you know, we like to keep it as accurate as we can. The count goes 2-1 now to Simpson.
Well, Simpson was going to get the nod. There was a little question on Byron Finney's health before he got to the ballpark, so Coach Beach had penciled him out of the lineup. Finney did a nice sales job on Beach, told him that he was feeling good, and I guess looked fair enough in the bullpen, so he got the starting nod. And he just ran into some home run trouble. There's Bob Beach down the third base line. Been leading the Mariners now for almost 6 years, if not more.
No, Simpson draws the walk on 5 pitches for Keserly. That's his second walk this afternoon. They've given up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits and 2 runs.
Vince Hurley's coming up, the designated hitter today for the Mariners. It's got to be a tough job to be a designated hitter. You sort of sit around and, or else maybe you can go back behind the dugout a little bit and get some swings in.
But it keeps, as far as the major leagues go, it keeps some extra, it keeps some, you know, big name guys, some very popular guys around a lot longer than they'd be able to hang around otherwise. And I think that's neat. And I think also in at this level, ground ball for 1 and across. Well, we've seen 2 double plays now in 2 innings here, or in this same inning, the 4th inning, as the Mariners got erased in this bottom half of the 4th rather quickly. They go down without a run, and after 4, the score remains North Monterey County 5 and Aptos 2.
Each year, American families open their hearts and their homes to Youth for Understanding international exchange students.
By hosting, we also got to become familiar with personalities, culture, food, and a whole range of experiences.
It's such a fun learning experience. It's a real eye-opener.
Host a YFU exchange student. Call 1-800-787-8000.
I just can't emphasize enough how great it is.
Time was you sat down to a meal. Folks greeted you by name.
John, sir, here's your lunch.
And brought you food that was good and wholesome. You can still get a meal like that at Eric's Deli Cafe. Prepared to order and delivered to your table in the time it takes to drive through other fast food restaurants. And whether served inside, out on the porch, or, if you're on the run, prepared to go at Eric's Deli Cafe. You'll always find old-fashioned quality that's fast, fresh, and delicious.
Lovely day for a suntan. Lovely day to watch a baseball game. Got a fairly good one for you. 5-2 the score. North Monterey County leading Aptos here in the South Coast Athletic League contest. And it will be for the Condors, Cervantes, Pedroza, and Brown. Scheduled for 7. We're in the 5th. And moving right along.
It's nice to know that when you walk out there to start your inning, as McWhorter's going to do, he's going to face the #1 hitter of the whole entire lineup, because Cervantes is no easy out with 6 doubles, 4 triples, a home run. So, I mean, he's got a career, and we're not even halfway through the season so far.
He's walked and scored here in the 3rd inning. Flied out to the center fielder, Pfister, in the 1st. So, nothing for 1 at the plate this afternoon, but he has scored a run on the 3-run home run by Kevin Brown in the 3rd. Schumacher had a 2-run home run for the Condors in the 2nd. That's accounted for all of it. That's going to be a base hit straight up the middle. McWhorter couldn't get the glove on it.
That's awful tough for a right-hander, because that went by on the 3rd base side of the mound. He follows through, so he's going to fall a little bit towards first base. And ball just kind of managed to squirt its way right on through, and there was no way that he could even come through and handle that thing.
The batter, catcher, number 3.
Here's Matt Pedroza now, and after a rather pleasant interruption up here in the booth where
I'm coming here more often.
Myself and brother Kurt were just handed a couple of real special plate treats here from the folks who run the concession at Aptos High School Baseball Park, and we appreciate it very much. Cervantes lead, the pitch to Pedroza, base hit. Cervantes is going to hang on at second, however, as Simpson got right to it. The Condors leading 5-2, and when they came into the fifth, now have runners at first and second, and no one out. Kevin Brown to the plate, and he's had a pretty good afternoon, walked and scored, and wrapped a 3-run homer in the third.
Not a bad outing so far. A couple of seeing eye base hits. As Cervantes base hit managed to see its way underneath McWhorter's glove, and now Pedrosian's seeing eye ground ball base hit to left field. Big swing by Brown. He only had one thought on his mind on that one. He was looking to see if he could hit the ball out to, there's a young man out behind the left field fence with a glove on yelling, "Hit it to me, hit it to me." Brown was trying to accommodate him.
Tanner has to go to second for one. They'll throw to third behind the runner.
I think he got
him. Got him.
Great heads-up defensive play out there by Penner. He came across the bag, or took a peek, saw that he couldn't do anything with it. Gave a nice little pump over there to first base, and then wheeled over, and Nizawa just stayed home.
A very rare 6-4-5 double play. The Mariners get two and the lead runner to boot. They had themselves really dug into a jam there, but a real fine decision by Mendez.
Good heads-up play. He realized he didn't have a shot over at first base, so he just gave that fake, and off he went.
Now the throw to second. That's right on the money. They got in by 10 feet. Now what the Mariners giveth, the Mariners taketh away there in the top half of the fifth inning. With some stellar defense, they knocked the Condors down without a score. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth with the Mariners trailing the North Monterey County Condors by a score of 5-2.
At the top of the fifth, they come up with no runs on 2.
First pitch to Espinosa is caught by Ray Cervantes for out number one here in the bottom of the fifth. That was sharply struck.
It was hit right on it, and Espinosa's had a great couple of minutes here as he throws out a runner at second base and shows a fine arm doing it, then steps up and just hits one right on a line. Cervantes just barely had to move to lean over and make the catch. So he's trying to pump the Mariners up all by himself.
Yeah, you sure he's a freshman?
That's what was handed to me.
That seems pretty wild. The guy's kind of big and awfully strong.
Well, we look over
Wise
here.
Beyond his years. That's right. It's got the 9 there. Everybody else is 11 or 12. The catcher's a 9. How's that? 9th grade. Popped up. Second base. Adam Grossen made that look easy. I don't believe it was that easy.
He had to work to make that catch. He backpedaled out there a fair distance. That's a tough catch to make for the second baseman. If he doesn't make it, that's a base hit, because there's no way in the world that Schumacher and Brown are going to come at it from right in center field to make that catch.
2 up, 2 down. The batter, Jamison Pfister. Is it? He's got a different number here. Yeah, okay. Jamison Pfister it is. I had him as number 8, and that's his real number, number 7. Swinging and missing. Pfister is 1 for 2 this afternoon. He singled in the first, struck out in the third. Hasn't had that many chances in center field today.
Now he's been pretty bored out there.
Ground ball out of the reach of Keserly. Not Grossen, however, as he throws out Pfister, out number 3. Boom, boom, boom. The Mariners are gone. We've played 5. Score remains. North County 5. Aptos 2.
So the Mariners in the bottom of
Hi, I'm Peggy Fleming. Skating gave me the opportunity to see how sports can serve as a bridge to learning about the world and making new friends. Now as a parent, I want my children to have that same opportunity. Sport for Understanding offers high school athletes the chance to train and compete while living for a month with families around the world. Sports range from basketball to tennis, even skating. Call 1-800-424-3691 to find out more about Sport for Understanding.
Still a lot of daylight out here, about 5:30, I guess. I don't have my watch here, but just made that change last Sunday. And there's always a ham looking for his place in the sun.
Well, we found it. Well baked and barbecued.
There's always somebody trying to find their place in the sun.
Now, we've got a lot of people that are sunning themselves out there right now.
Well, this big guy is Chad Schumacher. He's not done much today besides hit a 2-run homer. Rounds to Nizawa, who throws him out here for out number 1 in the 6th. Scheduled for 7, moving right along. We will have a player of the game this afternoon. A plaque will be awarded, courtesy of Awards and Engraving Unlimited of Capitola. And of course, we will have the sandwich certificates from Eric's Deli Cafe, always a favorite of the young players who get these awards. And of course, everyone in town who knows about the place. Swing and a miss. A strike 1. Camera directions.
Ellsworth taking a healthy cut. He wants to become part of the home run crew that goes on around this place for the Condors.
And the 0-1 pitch is fouled away, strike 2.
He's not taking anything for granted. Nice panoramic shot. Looking at this place, this park has changed so much since '68 when the school. That used to be a hill that sloped all the way down to home plate. Behind third, yeah, all the way on down. You can see
the dip you were talking about.
Yeah, there's a dip out there, and hopefully next year, what Coach Beach was explaining, is they're going to bring in some tractors and make this a level field as opposed to kind of a roller coaster park out in right center and center field. But this park has gone through a lot of transformations. They first never even played here. Their home field was over in Watsonville.
Really?
Oh yeah, they played over at Watsonville. Their head coach was Bill Warmerdam. Behind the third base dugout here at Watsonville was a pond that they called Warmerdam Pond. When they get bored, they go hunt for snakes over there.
Gently struck back to McWhirter, who gently throws him out. And there are 2 away here in the 6th for the Condors.
This park has seen a lot of face changes out there. The only thing that has managed to stay the same once they finally got a fence out there is a 290 sign. So they used to take batting practice up by the water towers that are by the gym, so it's been fun to kind of sit around here for the past 20 years and watch Aptos develop. Hey, we've got a fence here, Jeff. Don't flinch.
Pop back. I'm just trying to get a better look at it.
You were just trying to protect your sandwich.
Teriyaki chicken, a specialty of the Aptos High School concession stand. Finest stand this side of the Coliseum. And the 0-1 pitch to Grossen. It was a check swing foul.
Oh, he didn't want to do that. He just took a swing, and you could see him start. He wanted to pull that bat back, and you have to be awful strong to want to stop that swing and be successful in doing it.
McWhirter's done an excellent job here. He came on in relief of the starter, Finney. Put down 1, 2, 3 in a row in the 3rd. Gave up a walk and then had a double play behind him. Even number of batters. The minimum batters is what he has faced. A couple of double plays, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Grossen here in the 6th. Another minimum batter inning for young Todd McWhirter. The Condors are gone. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th with that score.
For the Condors in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits.
Aptos.
No Mariners and no runners. Too bad for a 12-year-old.
Hello, Martha. Hello, Father. Here we are at Aptos High School.
Hey, you never did make the choir, did you?
No.
I can tell.
Penner swings at the first pitch here, and the bottom of the 6th is going to get thrown out. But the fine arm of Jason Almendarez.
No question about it. They made a real quick one out of that 1 pitch, 1 out. Thank you very much. Sit down.
Keserly just bombing.
And Keserly's going in there. He's kind of saying, okay, throw a strike, sit up, and shut up.
Here's Scott Nizawa now. Doubled his last time up.
He's been playing a fine game down at third base. Anything coming down his direction, he's been able to suck it up and just throw a bullet over to first base.
Double and an RBI here this afternoon for Scott. Swinging at a nice, meaty-looking fastball.
Chicken getting that fastball up there. He likes that pitch up and away.
Jason Quillen on deck. The Mariners running out of time. Pitch inside. Count goes 2-1.
Keserly wants to stay outside. The Aptos Mariners ought to oblige him by starting using the ball to right field, which is the Sun field.
High fly ball in the gap.
That might be out of here.
He's not going to get that one. Throw a new ball in, umpire. That one is gone.
There's where that deep left center field fence, it doesn't get deep, plays a huge role in this particular ball game. Does that ball look like it should have been a routine catch, but unfortunately it wasn't.
It was high, plenty high, and a lot deeper than we thought when it left that bat. But Len Flores just ran up to the fence and started climbing it in frustration because he knew where it was going, and it was a long way from his hands. So now with the score 5-3, Jason Quillen will step in.
Now maybe a little new blood's been surged into the Mariners lineup a little bit with that long, well actually high, not too long, but a home run nonetheless.
Nizawa just ripping the ball there this afternoon. 2 extra base hits. A double and a home run. And although it's seemed that Keserly's been in charge of this game all the way along, it's been deceptively so. It's only 5-3. Mariners hanging in.
Well, he's managed to get the big out when it is needed, be it a pickoff or a double play or getting the ball on the hands. A little slider that just kind of got away out there and just ran off to the outside. Pedroia making a nice save on it. But he's made that crucial pitch at the crucial time, and so far the hits haven't really hurt him. They've been there. Kind of disagreeing with Brian Zeal, the home plate umpire, on that one.
2-2 the count. I have it 1 out. The scoreboard shows none. I have Penner grounding out. Did you see it that way?
I have Penner grounding out.
Okay, now they have an out.
I have Quillen striking out. So we're picking up outs real quick out there right now.
Well, 2 outs. And the batter, Jay Eppenbach. Eppenbach, nothing for 2 this afternoon. Swings and misses the first pitch here in the 6th.
Eppenbach's playing a little pepper with the right side, flying out to right field, then he get a ground ball out to second baseman. Good curveball by Keserly. He's got this big hook working for him today. Only with 3 strikeouts on the day, but so it means he's getting the Aptos hitters to hit the ball early in the count.
Good eye on that one. Count goes 1-2. Eppenbach struggling at the plate this afternoon. Nothing for 2, but steady at first base. Steady as they go.
He has been a very good glove man. Anything down in the dirt, he's just acting like a vacuum, just sucking it up. So that makes your infielders feel real good when you know you've got a first baseman down there to bail you out if you make a bad throw.
He struck him out. So the Mariners are gone. They get a run across, a deep home run by Scott Nizawa over the wall at the left field gap. The Mariners bring it a little bit closer, but we'll go to the top of the 7th and finally scheduled inning for this baseball game with the score North Monterey County 5 and Aptos 3.
I love pizza that tastes
delicious,
slow baked.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I want that
slow-baked
taste,
want it now, fast, pronto.
I go to
Rome, Venice, Jersey,
Burger King.
Introducing Pizza Firenze, only at Burger King, freshly made with that slow-baked taste, served fast and loaded with lots of toppings. Pizza Firenze, guaranteed delicious.
Slow baked taste. Surf fast.
Your way, right away, Burger King now.
Well, I got a little story that you ought to hear about the time I got caught with a six-pack of beer. I had to go to court, I had to pay a fine, but it was what the judge said to me that wrecked my mind, saying,
"Son, I'm gonna yank your driver's license."
You're 13 to 21 and are convicted of using alcohol or drugs anywhere. You lose your license for a year or wait an extra year to get your first one.
So if you're thinking of drinking or getting high, look where it got me. I'd rather drive.
Well, leading off for the Condors in the top half of the 7th inning, Chris Burdett batting .273 coming into the game has nothing for one here this afternoon at the plate. Walked and grounded back to the pitcher, Todd McWhirter. McWhirter doing a good job on the mound here since he came on in relief of Finney in the 3rd inning. Has actually shut out. He's given up a couple of hits, but he's shut out the Condors to this point.
Nobody's managed to get successfully to third base. We almost had one, but the Mariners pulled a kind of a backdoor double play.
An amazing 6-4-5 style double play
to keep everybody off of that scoring corner down there at third base. So he has gone 1, 2, 3, 4 innings of shutout ball, and he's moving his pitches all over the place up at home plate. That ball was inside, and really
saved him. Yeah, that was a 3-1 pitch.
Yeah, Burdett, I think if Burdett managed to figure out how to not swing at that pitch, it's ball 4 and he takes first base. But sometimes you just cannot lay off a pitch, especially if you think you can do some damage to it.
Well, 3-1, normally a hitter's pitch. That one anything but. Now a full count pitch will go foul, left side. Well, Nizawa would have had it anyway.
And he would have that one. He was just camped right down there on the line. Another stride in the backhand, and he'd have made a nice simple toss over to Ettenbach over at first base. But I'm really impressed with Todd. He's done a fine job for the Mariners today. He was coming in. He really didn't look that good as far as the numbers were concerned, but he has definitely put a chokehold on the Condor hitters.
Allen's hit hard left side. Question is, will it stay in? It does. Base hit. So Burdett hit number 6 for the Condors.
Well, but so far, every time the Condors have had a runner on first base, or it looks like they've got a threat going, McWhirter's been able to throw up that great little double play ball, the rally killer. So we're going to see if he can't somehow do that again.
Well, in the 5th, there were back-to-back singles by Cervantes and Pedrosa with no one out, and still they failed to score. This punt is going to just take a terrible hop as far as the Condors are concerned. That was hit well into fair territory. It looked like kind of an unlucky golf shot, actually.
Whatever it hit, it just caromed right off into foul territory.
That actually hit the edge of the infield grass. It was that much fair. It was half a base path fair when it hit.
Well, that's an unfortunate break for Armin. I'll get his name right as soon as I find out who the right hitter is. I just got the wrong side of the book up here.
Armendariz.
There we go.
You had it. First 2 syllables anyway.
Yeah, I thought I had the wrong team on the side of the book. I had to look again.
Oh,
there's
my
another
goodness.
pickoff.
Another one gone. So it's pickoff city here in Aptos this afternoon as McWhirter wipes Burdett out of there.
Well, okay, don't need a double play. Just pick him off on your own. Armendariz, who could have been on base if that thing stayed fair, because we saw him just fly up the line. Now he's got to earn his way on base the hard way with a base hit.
What a funny game, huh?
That's what makes baseball so enjoyable. You really cannot predict what's going on out there at any point in time. The clock has absolutely no effect of, momentum or what plays you're going to put in. And if you manage the game properly, the score really shouldn't enter into it that much until late into the innings.
The 0-1 pitch gets by.
Kind of a little slow motion act up there by Espinosa. He sort of relaxed a little bit. With a runner on first base or off of first base, the catcher has an opportunity to relax a little bit.
And the pitch swung on and missed. He struck him out.
That's his 3rd strikeout so far since he's been out in there.
The batter, left fielder, number 1, Lynn Flores.
Yeah, the umpire, Zeal, now just went over to the Condors dugout, pointed in there, and there was an unauthorized party in the dugout. Some young fellow was in there without a uniform, and Zeal told him,
goodbye.
Please go behind the fence.
And he's
somebody wants him to shoot the free throw over that. I don't think so.
Coming in and talking now and making sure that everybody in the dugout that's not in a uniform is legal.
All right, there's 2 outs in the top of the 7th. We're going to take a look ahead here at the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Simpson, Hurley, and Simpson, Hurley, and Espinosa scheduled for the Mariners as they try to hang on here. Todd McWhirter has done a heck of a job keeping them close. He's one who you would think would be a candidate for our player of the game. How about Kevin Brown with a 3-run home run, a Schumacher with a 2-run home run? What about Keserly? We're going to have to figure this out, get a little help from...
They're all pretty good candidates out there because they've all had a fine baseball game.
Ground ball, base hit. And Condors would just continue to be pesty here.
Well, that's a good word for it. They're just, you throwing the ball up to home plate like McWhirter's doing, and they're just going to take their swings at it. They're making good contact on the ball. What McWhirter's got going for him is a real good defense behind him, plus an occasional pickoff move, which helps him get out of a situation. Well, with 2 outs in this inning, but now you're coming up with Cervantes and Pedrosia and Brown. There are 2 outs, but you do have the main part of the Condor order coming up right now.
That's 2 hits in the inning for the Condors. They have a total of 7. Aptos has 6 hits. Condors have been a little bit more efficient. They've got 5 runs across, the Mariners only 3.
Yeah, you just have to use your hits wisely, that's all. A little conference down the third base line between Cervantes and Coach Roberts. Brian Zeal, the home plate umpire, to kind of wander down there and break it up. Make sure this game stays on its good, quick pace.
This is Cervantes, adding 441 coming in. He's 1 for 2 this afternoon. He's walked and singled and got caught in that rather bizarre 6-4-5 double play in the 5th inning.
Made that errant maneuver trying to round third base instead of staying on it.
That's a foul ball.
You cannot take for granted that the second baseman or anybody else turning a double play will throw the ball to first base. If they do throw it away and you're down there, you can quite literally walk home. So there's no sense in trying to round that bag, just in case you may find yourself in an embarrassing situation and hung out to dry.
Time to poll the crew here this afternoon, Mr. Director Man, and find out the potential candidates you folks have in mind for our player of the game. A little bit tough here. We've got a couple of home run hitters. We've got a couple of pitchers who have gone the distance. Of course, our tradition is to go with a player from the winning team, so McWhirter would have a little trouble getting there unless the Aptos Mariners can rally in the bottom of the 7th. We're in the top. Score 5-3, 2 outs. And Ray Cervantes batting.
He is down now, no balls and 2 strikes. Doesn't seem to affect him too much. He just stands up there, very confident looking hitter as he wags the bat back and forth.
There goes the runner, ground ball to short. Henner will go to first and throw him out because Eppenbach just keeps on stretching and scooping. So the Condors are gone here, and the top half of the 7th inning will go to the bottom of the 7th and last with the score. Condors 5, Mariners 3.
At the top of the 7th, they come up with no runs. Leading off the 7th for the Mariners.
Well, it's up to Simpson, Hurley, and Espinosa to climb this hurdle, and that is called Keserly. Keserly leading this baseball game for the Condors by a score of 5-3. Has gone all the way for North Monterey County this afternoon. Has pretty much been on top of things the whole way. A home run by Scott Nizawa. And Nizawa with a double in the 3rd have accounted for 2 of the runs the Mariners have. The other one, a rally in the 1st inning, 3 straight singles by Mendez, Pfister, and Penner. The RBI by Pinner brought Mendez home. Mendez has scored 2 out of the 3 runs. That's the wrap-up. This is a fly ball deep.
And that
Flores can't get that one either. We're blowing a lot of balls out here this afternoon. That's home run number 4, the second one for the Mariners. And the homestanding Aptos team brings it within 1 here as Jeff Simpson makes a round trip.
Simpson got it. It was a fastball up in the strike zone. Kesserly just let it get away. He really didn't have any pop on the ball at all. And Simpson just said, how do you do on an inside high fastball, and just got it without any trouble. Of course, we're still looking out there in left field where Flores is still just kind of hanging on the fence. He can't even believe that that thing got out of there, but he's just standing out there waiting for it to get back.
Well, Todd McWhirter is going to come up to the plate. McWhirter. Simpson did all that he could do, and now.
Well, that's Simpson's first home run on the year.
McWhirter. Hurley was here, huh? So McWhirter's pitching. No, McWhirter can come in for Hurley.
McWhirter can come in for Hurley.
Hurley was the DH. Okay, so McWhirter here, who with bat in hand has pitched masterfully here, gets his first time at the plate to do something about things offensively. He's been the defensive star of the game, I'd say, thus far. He's been totally dominating of the Condors. Keserly now weakening, has a home run against him in the 6th, a home run in the 7th. That pitch inside.
That got McWhirter to move out of the way a little bit on that one. So he's got a chance to really become the old hometown hero right now. He's stopped the bats. Now he's got a chance to get his team even closer if he can get this thing out of the yard. He comes in hitting 133 so far on the year. Not that loud of a 133, but anytime you put a bat in a hitter's hands, anything can happen.
Especially in this park, which has really been yielding of the fly ball this afternoon. That one is going to be a home run.
Back-to-back home run.
Oh, my goodness.
A line drive.
That one looked like it had no right reaching the wall when it left the bat, and suddenly it's over the wall and out of here, and throwing another one, umpire, because that one's gone too.
That's one of the bad things about this park is you tend to lose a lot of baseballs out there in left field unless you have some young people out there chasing them down, which we do. Now as if another flat pitch, it just didn't have a thing to do. And McWhirter just stood there and stung it, hit a line drive to left center field. And there was, the only doubt about it was whether or not it was going to be able to carry, because he hit it hard enough to get there.
So 3 home runs in the last 5 batters against Keserly. Keserly is going to sit down. Well, and the Condors are going to try a new guy.
I would say it's time to turn out the lights on Keserly. He had one heck of a good time out there, but
gave up 5 runs on 8 base hits, 3 of them home runs, all 3 of them coming in the last 5 batters he's faced. 2 in a row here in the bottom of the 7th as the Mariners rally to tie it up. So the Mariners yet to get a victory here in the Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League this season. We're really on the dark side of things for most of the afternoon. Suddenly, Jeff Simpson, boom. Todd McWhirter, who came on in relief of Byron Finney, the starter, in the 3rd inning, shut out the Condors to this point, ties things up, a home run in his own behalf, and that's where we are here in the bottom of the 7th, still with no one out.
And we've got us a couple of pitching change coming in there, a little defensive maneuvering going on. Ray Cervantes is coming over from shortstop, so he's going to be the new pitcher for the Condors. Chad Schumacher's coming in from right field, and he's going to be playing the new shortstop. Now, the numbers on Cervantes is he's coming in to try and salvage some part of this game, or at least put out the fires that the Mariners are now starting with those bats. He's coming in now with an earned run average of 3.11. He's struck out 26. He's given up 23 walks. 12 of those runs that he's given up of the 20 have been earned. He's a fastball, curveball pitcher, and right now he's got a tough assignment because he doesn't get that many pitches to warm up or get a rhythm down on that particular mound.
Okay, the party we're missing, the piece of the puzzle we're missing here, Kurt. We got Schumacher at shortstop. We got Cervantes coming on. Good introduction you gave to him. We're missing the right fielder. and we'll find out who that is as soon as we can.
The mystery man out in right field?
Keserly, the pitcher, is going to go play right field. That's the end of it. So no one leaves the game.
Just a basic musical chairs going on out there.
They just trade a few jobs back and forth, and that doesn't do much for the unemployment situation.
No, stay with your best, and if your best is already out on the field, stick with them.
The rest of the people stay in line in the dugout, I guess, as Wayne Roberts sticks with the guys that got him this far. As far as they've gotten is this, a tied baseball game in the bottom of the 7th, a game that Keserly seemingly dominated for the better part thereof. Suddenly, 3 home runs in 5 batters. The Mariners catch fire here. They're hitting them to the gap. Left center field is where they've been hitting them. Kind of over the orange Vesey Drug sign. That's where they've been going. And we've seen Len Flores out there climb the fence 3 times in frustration in the last 2 innings. Nothing much he can do about it, but show us his back and kind of pinpoint where it's going to drop.
There have been
David Ling and Associates to Vesey Drugs. Those signs out there, that's been the hot spot this afternoon.
You're getting them good ad time out there, too.
Why not? They contribute so much to the community. I don't mind giving them a shout here and there.
No, they're good people. Anybody that can contribute to youth sports out there right now, and there are a ton of you out there, is just every dime or dollar is just
seam
put
reader.
to good year.
That pitch a seam reader there for Kenny Espinosa, the freshman, undaunted. And I can't believe that this guy's only a 9th grader.
Yeah, well, we could check his birth certificate on that one because he is a big kid.
2-1 the count to Kenny. The bottom of the 7th. Game that was just roaring along in minimum time now, threatening to go extra innings here. The Mariners have tied it up as Espinosa pops it up. Waving off everyone is Grossen, who makes the catch.
Good way to settle everything down, get the first hitter that you can face out and fast. And so Cervantes did that. Grossman handled that really, really well because that's a little tough. If you watch the shadows as they're coming around from the left field foul line, they're just reaching those fingers ever so gradually out to right field. So what's a tough play right now is it going to be a throw from the shortstop or the third baseman over to first. Ellsworth's going to have a hard time finding it.
Here's Matt Mendez, who's had the magic feat this afternoon. In 3 trips to the plate, he's had a couple of singles and scored 2 runs for the Mariners. An efficiently played baseball game to the credit of both coaches. They have kept this game moving. There's been a pitching change apiece, but no great delays therein. The kids come into this game understanding what they're supposed to do, and they're responding quickly to whatever directions are being given them. It's a kind of game that makes it a lot more enjoyable for the fans.
It's a lot of fun to watch. It beats the ball 4 billies that sometimes that you're going to get at various levels.
1-1 pitch goes wide. 2-1.
Which is also fun is you're seeing a variety of different plays out there. You're seeing the excitement of the home run ball as the ball is launched over the yard. Several fine double plays that have been turned by both squads, and some good pitching performances.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. 3. Ball 3. Or did he get a piece of it? Strike 2.
I think he got a piece of it and fouled it down.
Call it even.
All right, calling it even. It is so important. Aptos has come close so many different times. A tie ball game over in SoCal. They got a tie ball game that they still have to play against Watsonville. They just have to find a way to get that run across to get a W out of the whole situation. And what a perfect time to do it, although they're 1 down, but they're 1 down as far as outs are concerned. Tie ball game, and the top of their order is now coming through.
Ground ball down to third. Juggled. Armendariz got him.
Armendariz really battled that thing down there as Mendez hit a tough one. It hit a bad hop at him. He stayed with it and was able to show a fine arm across the diamond. Ellsworth had to do a fine job of stretching out there at first base, but I'll tell you one thing, Armendariz showed me something out there by digging that thing out.
Jamison Pfister. Hard ground ball to third by Mendez for the 2nd out, and here comes Pfister. Pfister 1 for 3 this afternoon. Swings at one on the fifth and doesn't get it.
Sharp breaking curveball. It looked like Pfister was guessing fastball all the way, and he thought he identified it. Well, all of a sudden, boom, here came the break. Cervantes was able to get that ball by him.
Almendarez down there ready for another chance as the pitch comes to Pfister, and it's a called strike 2. Nothing in 2 now.
The way Cervantes is working on Pfister, Almendarez is not going to get a chance over there at third base and make another fine play. He'd just soon punch this guy out and get to the dugout and start putting some runs back on the board.
The question will be, how far can McWhirter go here? Slow grounder, you're wrong. Almendarez going to have another chance. Going to cash this one as well.
Great job by Ellsworth.
Oh, and the arbiter down there is being faced with the protest of counsel for Aptos, but motion denied. We're going to go to extra innings, the top of the 8th. The Mariners are gone in the 7th, but they tie it up on back-to-back home runs by Simpson and McWhirter. At the end of 7, 5 apiece.
Chemicals and they blow the waste away. Down the pipes and through the ground they go each and every day. And the water keep on moving under cities, under streets. The river flow back to the sea, back into the chain. We cannot survive without it. Cool, clear water.
Well, Ocho, the 8th, coming up here. Leading off for the Condors, Matt Pedroza looks and takes a strike on the corner. And it is McWhirter trying to go the distance here. He actually came on in relief in the 3rd inning. Would need a couple more innings to make it an official length game, I guess, but it's his game to win or lose. Starts it off well here with a quick out in the 8th. Pedroza ground to Penner.
Nice way to start off. Penner is just a solid shortstop out there. His ground ball came to it. He just broke down in a great fielding position. Showed a fine arm. Didn't hesitate. Got the ball right across over to Eppenbach for the out.
Aptos doesn't look like an 0-4 team, I tell you.
Well, they're really not an 0-4 team. They're a bad luck team as they've been going at it right now. This is going to be, from what I can recall, their 3rd extra inning game in the league. They've lost one. They've tied one, only because darkness showed up here at.
Oh, they got one pending.
Well, that's a tie. Yeah, pending with Watsonville, and now they're in their 3rd one. So they know how to carry it all the way to the end. They just haven't figured out how to finish it yet.
Kevin Brown, the batter, dangerous one.
Hello.
Right back at McWhirter. And Brown is down. Number 2. Brown, of course, with a 3-run homer in the 3rd. McWhirter glad to see him take a seat here in the 8th. And Schumacher coming up.
He's just glad to see his belt buckle after that ball came back at him, as that's about where it was. He was able to get his glove right in the way of the ball and make it look routine.
Schumacher has a home run of his own. First time up in the 2nd. He blasted one out with Brown in front of him on the base path. That made it 2-0. Or 2-1 rather. Aptos scored first. Then it was 5-1 on the 3-run homer by Brown. The Aptos Mariners chipped away with another run in the 3rd. Then a home run by Nizawa in the 6th. And then the back-to-backers, Simpson and McWhirter in the 7th. That's where we are. Top of the 8th with 2 outs. Score tied. 5 apiece. McWhirter in relief has been dominating. Count 1-1.
McWhirter's just, right now, he's fun to watch because he's got everybody tied up over there. They feel that they can hit him. You can just watch the county hitters come to the plate, but they just, he's not throwing hard, but he's just moving the ball around, so he definitely has some baffle, but County is up there trying to see, I can hear him when they go back in. He doesn't have anything. We ought to be able to murder the guy. Just missed on a pitch down inside for a count of 3-1.
Well, hitter's pitch coming up. A dangerous batter at that. The lanky one. Wearing the big number 9. Line sharply to left. Base hit. Condors. Now we'll see Ellsworth.
Ball bobbled out there in center field a little bit by Pfister, but he was able to come up with it. Schumacher thought about heading towards second base. He made a big turn. He remembered there's not that much distance between the left field wall and second base, so he pulled up.
Well, Ellsworth, the first baseman this afternoon for the Condors, is due. He's 0 for 3, batting 200 here in the season and descending. Could make up for it all right here with something, and does. Nope, not quite. Nizawa almost turned that single into an out, but that's a base hit.
Definite base hit. Nice range over there by Nizawa as he ranged to his left, got his glove on the ball to smother it to keep it from going through, and thereby holding Schumacher to second base. But he just wasn't quite able to come up with it. But he showed some fine range for a third baseman.
I thought he was going to turn it just for a second there. Ellsworth is off the snide. Now, Grossen. 0 for 3 this afternoon. Burdett on deck. Burdett's had a single and a couple of walks. Got picked off by McWhirter. Had everything in this baseball game. Couple of pickoffs by McWhirter, another one by Keserly. We've had double plays of every denomination.
About the only thing we've lacked so far is a triple and a squeeze play.
Been a pretty ecumenical game here this afternoon. Espinosa got nailed with that one. He was in pain.
Able to shake it off. All good catchers are able to shake off pain. Not supposed to be able to show it.
So Adam Grossen, the second baseman, been steady there, looking for his first base hit of the day. Grounds one towards short. The flip will go to second. The Condors will sit down. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th with the score tied. Aptos 5, North Monterey County 5. This is the truck they deliver the baseballs here to Aptos Park. There's been 5 home runs here this afternoon and a lot of balls hit foul. It's been a big day with the bat here for some of the boys, and the pitching hasn't been that bad either one. 305 down the right field line, but that's not the place they're hitting them. They're hitting them over by the Vasey's drug sign there in left center field. See the orange one with the Chev regular beside it, and then David Ling and Associates next to that. That's been where it's going.
See that little sway in there on that fence? That's where the people have been climbing over the top to try and get these balls too. They haven't gotten one yet.
So here we go, bottom of the 8th. The home team, Aptos Mariners, trying to squeeze one out here. As we look on at Brian Penner. Penner 1 for 3 this afternoon, has singled, struck out, and grounded out to the third baseman, the very sure-handed Jason Armendariz. It'll be Penner, Nizawa, who's been creaming the ball, and Quillen, who is coming into this game, had the highest batting average for the Mariners. Ground ball, there he is. A little juggle and a rifle arm, an amazing thrower, that Armendariz. I really like the way he snaps it off.
Armendariz has got a cannon sitting over there at third base. I wish he'd use more of his glove and less of his body when he makes those plays. It kind of goes off the glove into the body to the ground, but he doesn't make it much difference when it gets into his hand. It just explodes.
Hot corner, no one on, late innings. Way to play it, I think.
Just set up and play it like a hockey goalie. Take everything off the chest and then catch up with the puck.
Scott Nizawa. Got to be careful here, Mr. Cervantes, because Nizawa is the one who got the home run in the 6th, doubled in the 3rd. 2 RBIs for Scott this afternoon.